Breaking news tonight. This story may sound distant at first, but it could affect every Caribbean nation, including Jamaica. The Trump administration is pushing what many are calling an expansionist foreign policy across the Western Hemisphere. But here's the twist: most Americans don't actually support it. So what happens when a powerful country pursues a strategy its own people are uneasy about, while smaller nations sit directly in the middle? Let's start with what's happening in recent weeks. The Trump administration has made a series of bold moves and statements pointing to a more aggressive posture in the region. This includes open discussion of removing Venezuela's Maduro government, with some U.S. officials even floating the idea of temporary American governance. There has also been renewed talk about acquiring Greenland. And once again, the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state has resurfaced. At the same time, pressure has increased on Panama over control of the canal, along with renewed threats toward Cuba and Iran. Taken together, the message from Washington is becoming clear. The United States intends to reassert dominance in its hemisphere. Supporters describe this as strength. Critics warn it could be destabilizing. Either way, it represents a major shift. And this is where the Caribbean comes in. Geographically and strategically, the region sits right in the middle of this approach. From Jamaica to Barbados, Trinidad, to the Bahamas, these nations are suddenly part of a conversation they never asked to join. Shipping lanes, migration routes, and security planning all run through the Caribbean. The region is not peripheral, it is strategic. Now here's what doesn't get enough attention. Most Americans oppose this agenda, according to a Reuters Ipsos poll. Only 26% of Americans support the U.S. dominating affairs in the Western Hemisphere. Even among Republicans, support rises to just 43%. That is not a mandate on Venezuela. Opposition is even stronger. 72% of Americans say they are concerned about U.S. involvement there. And when asked about taking control of Venezuela's oil, far more Americans opposed the idea than supported it. The public's focus is elsewhere. 75% say the administration is not doing enough to lower the cost of living. So what does this mean for Jamaica? First, economic. The United States is Jamaica's largest trading partner, a major source of tourism, and a key channel for remittances. Any shift in U.S. policy toward the Caribbean has direct consequences. Jamaica has long maintained an independent foreign policy, emphasizing national sovereignty and regional cooperation. A more aggressive posture raises difficult questions about pressure, alignment, and autonomy. Third, security. The Caribbean has always mattered to us. Security planning, from drug trafficking and migration to growing competition with China. A dominance-based approach could mean increased military presence and higher expectations for cooperation. And Jamaica does not face this alone. Caribbean nations operate within CARICOM, and pressure on one country often affects the entire region. History also matters. The Caribbean remembers past U.S. interventions and long periods when sovereignty was treated as negotiable. Those memories shape how today's policies are received. So why does this matter now? Because the American public is not demanding an expansionist foreign policy. Yet the administration appears determined to pursue one anyway. Jamaica and the wider Caribbean will likely try to maintain sovereignty while working pragmatically with Washington, but in a more assertive era. That balance may be harder to maintain. This is a story we'll be watching closely. What do you think? Is this a necessary show of strength or a dangerous shift? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this breakdown useful, subscribe for more coverage on Caribbean-U.S. relations and global developments affecting our region. Thanks for watching.